Hey everybody, it's Crypto Steve, and I'm back today to do something I haven't done in a while, and that's do a video on a Tron project. Now, I've done a good amount of videos on Tron projects, and my viewers seem to like it as my Tron videos get a lot more views, so thank you very much. I'm still looking to build up my subscriber count. I got a few more recently, so thank you for that. And I'm going to say, before I get into this, remember any platform where you give them their tokens to farm another token that's involved in farming or DeFi, there's a chance you won't see that money again. I did have some videos on Shark Tron on my page, and I apologize to anybody that got into that project because it turned out to be a scam, and there's still some litigation going on. I'm glad that I've heard that some of that money that he stole from us got confiscated when he moved it to exchanges. And there's still a small chance that some people may get their money back, but I haven't been able to follow up too much more on that recently. I had invested around 5,000 Tron. I lost it all. It was a bummer. And so I'm going to go into this review sharing with you what I know, but remember that I'm just a normal guy on the internet who's reading what I can find easily. And this does look promising, but it does look like somebody took some of the best ideas of Shark Tron, made a really nice white paper, made a nice website, and is possibly going to do what a lot of us thought Shark Tron might do. And they are called Ape Tron. So when you look at Ape Tron, it works a lot like that other platform that I don't want to say any more the name of worked. It's got a mining table, so if you get in at level 1, which we're currently still at, until 5 million tokens are farmed, 1 TRX staked will get you 0.0019, and then it goes down as we level up. So as you level up, each TRX will be worth less and less and less and less until all of these tokens are mined. Then they, like some of the other platforms out there, have a goal to eventually have a full suite of services that involve a couple different tokens that'll be used on each one of their sites. This creates a demand for the initial token, right? You use TRX to farm Ape, then usually you'll bet Ape on dice so that you can earn a token for making gambles on here. Then when the DeFi platform comes out, you'll be able to stake both the Ape token and the token that you earn from playing the dice game within the DeFi app to get that token, and then the swap pool will come out, and if you provide liquidity pools you'll get rewards, and this is all broken down in their white paper really well, and I'll have a link in the description. I don't want to go into it too much because it would require me to spend a lot of time, but if you would like a full video on a white paper breakdown of this project, let me know in the comments and I will go ahead and do that. I will go ahead and show you that they did put a lot of work into their white paper. So it's well done. I read through it. There are not a lot of typos. They do explain, the whole idea for why DeFi and platforms like this are exciting and why a lot of us do take risks and invest in these, because if one of them is real and it reaches that final level where it launches all of its platform and it builds a staking platform to compete with Just Swap, which I admit Just Swap has name recognition and it's going to be hard to compete with them, but currently they are not providing us rewards other than the normal rewards for providing liquidity. So and trust me, if a real competitor comes up, maybe Justin will create a token to give people for providing liquidity, but if he doesn't have to, if no real player comes onto the board, if Uniswap wasn't forced to do that by a real competitor that came into play and started showing them that, hey, we can do what you're doing on Uniswap, but we're going to give our people who provide us liquidity a token that has value, and then the Uni token was born. Well, eventually we need a real competitor to come into the field, and I think that the real competitor is going to be a project that tries to do all the things that Ape Tron is doing, because it's going to let them build up money, and you're going to need the money, and you're going to need a lot of people and a lot of users, because when your swap platform launches, you need liquidity or it will fail. So we'll go down here and we'll look at a few things. So the first part, as we talked about, is just the farming of the Ape token. It's getting a lot of money, hopefully staked on the platform. They're just calling it, it's a TRC20. It's got 27,500,000 supply, which is, you know, it's in the crypto world, I'd say this is kind of it's a lower supply. It's not one of those extreme low like 27,000, but so there's going to be some out there, but it's not a real huge number. It's not billions of tokens or hundreds of millions of tokens. So this goes over stuff we already went over. It does go all the way to level 10, so I didn't show you that, but it does do that. So it's going down till it gets to level 10. Then it talks about the DICE platform. So the DICE platform from Ape, we're going to go to Lemur, which is pretty funny. It's going to be one of the TRX DICE games that are usually really popular in the TRX world, because we know transactions, while they've gotten a little more expensive, are still relatively cheap. Almost not really noticeable. And then you're going to have some of the gambling profits, 50% of it given out in the Lemur tokens. And like I said, if you want to know every bit of this, I'll have a link to this and you can come and read it. But from the Lemur token, they're going to go here's how the Lemur token will go and being given out. They explained it. They definitely have thought through every part of this. The next is the DeFi tool. This is when we will get the chimp token. So like I said, one token, and each token has some functionality, and each token builds along the way. So it helps them keep demand for their tokens in place. If you're a fan of this, hopefully the tokens will stay in value for a good amount of time. This will work kind of the same way. They do have a 10% a 10% fee for unstaking. This kind of keeps people to need to stake things for long enough to be able to earn at least 10% profit before you can pull your money out. It does keep anyone from dumping a huge amount in for maybe one day, because they might not be able to get 10% of what they would have lost out. I like that functionality. I like something that incentivizes people who are going to stake to stick around. It's just something that you all need to be aware of. And then they have the swap. So they do go through all of this. If you're going to invest in the project, if you're going to take the risk, then go ahead and do that. But make sure that you're careful about that. Just looking a little bit at some of the tokenomics of how they've done so far with this. So the liquidity pool is not super impressive yet, but they do have a liquidity pool on JustSwap. It's got 34,000 in total liquidity, and it's got about 7,000 in volume. So there's not a lot of people out here dumping like crazy. This is a new project. I don't know where it's going to go. Most of the time, these projects go down in price a little bit. Currently, though, it's not something that is like way overpriced or has some fake price that it's just going to plummet from. You've only got, if you see this, it's almost 1-to-1 with the TRX. So it's not a hard thing to provide liquidity into. It's not something where you're going to provide hundreds of TRXs per one Ape token liquidity in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's going to plummet in value down to some one and you're going to lose just an insane amount of TRX. You could stake 100 of these for 100 TRX, and if it went down in value a lot, the worst you would lose is maybe your 100 TRX. You have to take that into consideration when you stake anything, right? Given liquidity providing, don't get into that if you don't understand it. I'm not going to go into it right now. Then we go ahead and we come over here to the contract, and if you look at the contract, one of the good things is their source code is verified as a perfect match, and they have provided me with a link to their audit. So I went ahead and read through the audit. The audit has no major errors. It was, I don't know how to pronounce this. It looks like TeleCR. I did go ahead, and if you come down through the audit, and I will put a link to the audit in my video, you can get over here and you can check the signature. It does link you to a real site. It does match the signature, and you can verify the report. So that's a good thing, that it is an audited project so far for the staking. Oh, I have to fill this part in to do the audit. I did that earlier, but I don't want to do it right now, but you can go to the linked web contract and you can go ahead and get this out of here. Well, let's see if we could do it really quick. So I have to copy this, click here, click here. Oh, see, I'm doing something wrong. I'm going to figure this out. If I do figure it out, I'll add it to a future follow-up video, because I will be doing a follow-up video as I see how this progresses over the next few days. But this video, I'm getting near the end and I don't want to get caught up on trying to make this work, but it does appear to be a real audit. Now, take that with a grain of salt. Everyone has to make sure that you understand that audited projects in the past have had issues. And if you decide you want to invest in the Ape project, the good thing is you're getting in near the beginning. The bad thing is whenever you get into the beginning, there are still some questions that aren't answered. The questions that I don't know for sure at this point are, who's the team? Who's building this? Well, there is definitely a chat, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more. They do have 2 Telegram groups. It took me a minute to find this one, but they have the Ape Tron with 2,000 members in it. This is pretty active. People are talking. There's some stuff going on right now, and so that's good to see some active people and people excited and a decent amount of members. And then they also have an announcement channel, which, if I can find that quickly. Oh, there it is, Ape Tron announcements. This is the one that is easy to get to from their website. They're having a YouTube contest. They talk about when everything first came out. They talk about the auditing firm a little bit and the audit report in here. So this is where you can come and find a lot of the different announcements that they've had. I will try to put links into both of the Telegram groups in the video as well, so that you can join them and come talk to the people that are involved and see if you want to get into the project. Like I said, anytime you get into one of these early projects, if it turns out to be the one that becomes the big Just Swap competitor, then you're going to have a chance to, have made a lot of money as the token goes up in value and as it grows and as the whole platform comes into view. But if you get into the wrong ones, the money can disappear. So be careful with anything you're going to invest. Don't invest more than you can use. Do your own research. This is not investment advice. I am not a financial advisor. I am just a guy on the internet who is interested in the DeFi world on Tron, because I feel like this network, if it's done right, it's more accessible. You don't have the big fees. You have a big community. Hopefully they get into these programs. They really support these programs. And then a lot of people can see that TRX is not just a gambling coin, but it can be a coin where you can do a lot more than that, even if gambling is part of this. If it's a all-around good project with multiple different pieces, it'll show that you can build so much in one platform on Tron, because you're allowed to build here and you're allowed to do a lot of different things, and the tokens are very, very flexible. And I'm hoping to see the Ape team do this right. If you guys liked my video, please let me know. I'm going to end it there, and I hope you all have a great time. And there'll be a few referral links in the video. If you do decide to join, they do have a referral program. It's not a lot. I earn 10% extra if you decide to invest. I'm not asking anybody to necessarily use my link. You can always come and check out the sites on your own. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good day. Bye.